I used to have a 106 rally, Brad, but I crashed it after 2 weeks of owning it. Mr. DSG over here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another sick Monkey London car review. We got me, we got Mr. Brad, and a sick Peugeot 106. You actually daily this car as well, which is pretty cool. You must get some sick looks in it when you're just going to work and stuff. And
sometimes I do get the odd wave from obviously another classic car.
Well, which wave? That wave or that wave?
You can get both.
Such a nice tone as well. It makes you like smile every time you put your foot down. Car handles very well, brother. Oh, this is sick, dude. What a great little car. And like down these little lanes, like sometimes when you've got 200 or 300 brake, you know, you've really got to modulate the throttle and be careful. Yeah. With this car, you can quite literally just keep the whole thing planted. Obviously, first thing to remark is it's absolutely tiny. 1.6 106 GTI motor.
Near on bog standard T5J4 GTI engine. Apart from obviously you got Piper 4.1 manifold, Technics uprated engine mounts. Most of these engines, they do run quite hot. You've got a Dorenza 54mm alley radiator. Yeah. You've got Mocha oil cooler, Dorenza oil catch tank, Baker BM hoses, billet adapter, Sports Mert Sport, a coolant takeoff flange, and then you've got Baker BM1 at the back.
Who makes the filter, Brad?
£29 eBay air filter.
Who did the paint work?
My daughter also helped me do the paint work on the cam cover as well.
Yeah, cool, and that's looking lovely. And on the mirror covers as well, shout out to her. What about engine internals?
Internals are relatively stock inside. Obviously the bottom end's stock at the moment, but it's got a port and polish gas flow head, as well as solid lifters, as well as Piper cam pulleys to obviously adjust the advanced timing. Yeah. I've got a port and polish throttle body, which obviously is a lot better from standard, but this one's also been milled out a little bit, just obviously make the throttle body a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I've got
so the more air you
flowing.
can get in, obviously it's that much better. The Clio 182 injectors, Marlboro 255 fuel pump, to obviously put extra fuel in. ECU is still standard at the moment. It does have a map on it. I'm not too sure because it was off a friend of mine.
And you've got Moret twin headlights, which I've got on my pink Ford. Very, very cool and old school mod, but you're missing 2 of the lights.
Yep, so that is for cold air feed because one of the lenses fell out.
Love the gear changes, man. Mr. DSG over here. Am I right in saying you didn't get these trims on the lower engine models?
So the rallies have got the arches that go down there,
Yeah.
whereas the exercise is down here. Base models had one little rubber strip going all the way along there.
And these little extended arches, as much as they're very thin, it does actually just make the car that little bit more
Yeah,
aggressive to
it
look
does make
at,
that a little
doesn't
bit wider.
it? Feel that. I know it seems weird on camera, but it just has a real sort of nice feel about it.
Before I actually got my licence, the car that I always used to see when I went to college was obviously a Sunderland's yellow GTI. Never knew who the person was, and every morning always used to see it on the way to college. Before I even left secondary school, I bought my first car instead of doing the normal thing what people do, which is buy a moped. I paid £25 for my first car, but I only drove it once. I went from 106s to Saxos to 306s, back to 106s, and now I've got an assortment of other stuff.
But predominantly always been kind of into French cars from an early age.
Yeah, they're just that much easier to work on.
Yeah, I agree. And they've got a real sort of charm about them as well.
Very dirty brake dust, coarse Evo alloys. If I remember correctly, they are magnesium.
Super, super light wheels.
Yeah, well, most of my cars have all got Michelin Pilot Sport 3s on, unless I'm on track, then obviously I've got either R888s, NS2R track tyres.
Nice.
But apart from that, you can use these tyres on the track and on the road.
Not too bad on the whole. Brakes you were saying were GTI 6 front calipers?
Yeah, so you got GTI 6 front calipers with Mintex pads, M-Tech drilled and grooved discs.
And then on the back we got the 106 GTI rear beams, you've got disc conversion.
Yeah, so you got disc conversion, which obviously is standard 247mm solid drilled and grooved discs, 21mm anti-roll bars and 23mm torsion bar.
Okay. What year is the car, Brad? We didn't go through the
So
year.
this is a 1995-96
So that makes it, what, is it L-Reg?
N.
N-Reg.
Yeah, so that is 5, I want to say.
It's nearly the same age as you. You've changed the door card a little bit.
We got an OMP 280mm steering wheel.
Bolt-in roll cage, which has kind of been welded at the bottom. Got these little sort of plates at the bottom. Cobra Monaco bucket seats, and then we'll show the audience the pedals as well, because they're kind of famous because they're a little bit kind of like off center, aren't they? That's your little indicator stalks, nice and simple. That's to do your headlights. That's obviously your wipers. Is that your horn?
Yeah, horn's the other side.
Oh, that's the horn. Very cute, like that. Hopefully that gives you guys a nice little rundown on Brad's beautiful little 106. We're going to grab the keys, let John loose, and take it for a spin. honestly, sick car this, and for me, proper blast from the past. Obviously I used to have a 106 rally, only lasted 2 weeks. This one lasted today, which is good. Fantastic little car, it really is. It'd be great to kind of see it on a track. Obviously today we can only go relatively mad.
Oh yeah.
Sort of trackers where you can really see this car sick. I'll chuck Brad's Instagram down here. If you want to give him a little follow to follow the build, feel free. We've got a different camera for the ending. The batteries are kind of draining themselves.
Well, yeah, there was about 3 batteries.
We had 3 batteries and we only had 1. So now we're using the phone to end the video. But yeah, massive thanks to Mr. Brad. Honestly, I'm gonna give it 20 out of 10, man. Fantastic chassis, great brakes, really interesting story as well. It's obviously stupid phone. Ample power for what you need, super lightweight, fantastic brakes, and a great story as well because the car's really kind of helped you through a lot of tough times. So nice to meet you, really is. If you want to keep up to speed with Brad, feel free to give him a follow. He's got a real sort of massive wealth of knowledge when it comes to Peugeots. He's had Peugeots in his family his entire life. So yeah, if you want to know some plug information, he's your man. As I always say, make sure you give the video a like, put any comments down below, do our best to get back to you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.